What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. Before we get started today, I want to thank all of you guys for the support and getting us to 14,000 subscribers. It's pretty awesome. My goal was actually 10,000 when I started this channel. I've been doing it for quite a while, and I thought it'd be really cool to get the wooden play button that they had, and I thought 10,000 would be attainable. Well, of course, we made it that far. They took that button away, so there's no YouTube plaque for me anymore. Although my son did make me a fancy one. I'm going to share it with you guys if you haven't seen the episode. There it is. That is my fancy 10,000 subscriber plaque. Cost me $5 because I had to bribe the kid to draw it up. But it means a lot to me. But getting to 14 grand is awesome as well. We're just going to keep on riding and rolling. I enjoy making videos and bringing you guys content. Which brings us to today's adventure. Onboard Air. Ta-da. Oh, wait. Ta-da. So it's a little Viair system, and I picked this up on the recommendation from a guy I met named Vince, a friend of mine that I met at Rocky Mountain Race Week, who I struggled next to in the pits. Very cool guy. He's got a badass S10, and in a few weeks here I'm gonna be cheering him on. He said he's looking for a 4-second 8-mile hit, so that truck is doing some work. Anyways, this is what he had on his truck because I was asking about it, and I was trying to set up for the future. Well, the future is now, and we're gonna install it. So I have a 3-pound wastegate spring in there, and my dilemma is, technically it's not really a dilemma, but I want a license in the car, and I was worried I wouldn't be able to turn the boost up enough to back half the track because we don't have a foot brake. We have a stock transmission. And then I could put springs in the wastegate, but now that I have two wastegates, controlling the single big boy turbo that I have in there, I didn't have like matching springs, and I want to put awkward stuff, and I was like, you know what, if we're gonna do it, let's just do it. So the thing, it's about 180 bucks on Amazon, so you can go grab that thing there if you're interested. And then there's Cameron, who builds, he's like obsessed with Crown Vics. I met him through the sloppy mechanics community. I don't really meet him, but I message and harass him, I should say. And he has a train horn set up, so that one's pretty slick, and the compressor's like in there, and it's a really simple package deal. I looked at that too, but I just went with the Viair, and I figured we'll just keep stuff separate. If I had a compressor issue, I could just replace the compressor. I'm not trying to take a compressor out of like a tank and all the stuff or whatever anyway. So the other quick side note, and I want to give a big shout out to my boy John Chase from Destroyer. He came through with these, so this is one of his new products. I wanted to highlight it here. If stickers are worth horsepower, these have to be worth even more. So we're going to throw these on, probably one on the boom and then one on the twin Winnebago. So thank you, John, for that. You can get these at John Chase Studios. I'll put a link to his website. Go support him. Also, all of his stuff, the proceeds, a portion of it, go to mental health, and it's children's mental health, if I'm not mistaken, but you can read through it. So dudes, he's awesome. He's doing great work, and he makes cool stuff. So go hook your ride up. They got other fun stuff too, shirts and hats, you name it. Anyways, let me dig into the box, and then what we're going to do is we're going to try to kind of set this all out on the table. Got my handy dandy tape measure here, and you and I are going to pick where this is going to live. So I'd like it in the trunk. I kind of like having this area to carry stuff because I was putting fluids and tools and stuff in here, but I feel like this is easier access, and if I put it up there and we have an issue, I'm crawling over all my junk to like mess with it. So I'm thinking here, because it's easy access, easy to get to, and working on a drag and drive car, or pretty much any car that's not like some showstopper where you're trying to hide everything and look like a baller. You want stuff where you can work on it. If you have an issue, it's in your face, you can see it. So against my better judgment of having a little trunk space left, I think we're gonna go there, although I've got this teeny little area here, so if the tank would kind of facilitate over there, we might just cram it in there. So let's pull all the crap out of the box and kind of measure it up and get an idea. Maybe we'll just walk the tank around, you and I can set it places and daydream. But I think my plan is to make it modular and to take all the stuff that you see in the picture and to put it like on a piece of like aluminum with some Zeus's. Now I'm obsessed with Zeus's because I got my pan done, my oil little pan guy done. So I think I want to put this all on a panel, make it modular to where you just put it in there, Zeus it down, plug in like hoses, and I'll just make like a plug where you plug in the power. So that way if you have an issue and you got to mess with stuff or hoses or whatever, you can just take the whole thing out and sit on the bench and mess with it or wherever, so you don't have to lean in there and be in the trunk messing with it if you don't have to. It's kind of my thinking. But enough rambling. Let's open her up, see where she fits. Got a little compressor, some junk in a bag, and we got this little itty bitty guy. Dang, dude, this thing is, that's a heavy duty tank actually. This is steel. Yeah, I thought it'd be aluminum. I can get my workout on with this guy. Huh. Well, that's a little disappointing. Yeah, you can even hear the sound of the thing. I guess it makes it cheaper. So they're selling me aluminum. It probably costs more. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's kind of junk. I don't know what kind of things you guys are expecting for less than $200 over here, huh? So let me struggle to open this up. We'll slide it out. The old $200 special. I wanted aluminum. Blasphemy. Yeah, you can hear it. It's powder coated, booger welded. So this would be the bung on the bottom where you would drain it. Feed air in, probably air out. So you're not putting water and stuff. You want to come out of the top, I would imagine. Read all your warnings. Do not repeat after me. So there we go. Let's go walk it over to the boom and then we'll just kind of eyeball it. I'll get the pump out too and we can kind of set the guys down and daydream. All right, we got my major components here. I wanted to share this with you. Look at this thing. Look at this guy. So it's pretty neat. It's like pocket air right here. You just slide your back pocket. Somebody's like, hey, my tire's flat. And you're like, oh, got my compressor. You need me to fill your tire up? So it's good for packaging. It's ultralight duty. We're just running wastegates. It basically just has to hold pressure in the tank. That's all it's really doing. So we're not pumping up tires, doing anything crazy. But yeah, look at this little thing. It's like going like an RC car or something. So let me package it, set it down. Let's see. So this would be Slick Rick over here. Although, so the pros and cons. A pro would be it fits, you know, and it's kind of wasted area. A con is already, like you can see trying to get in here, like I can't really get to this stuff, but I guess if I just made it to where I could get it out easy enough. And then obviously over here we have, geez, this thing's heavier than it looks, man. All the room for activity, right? So, which is nice again to work on, like packaging wise. It's, to me it's slick, like, oh, it's just stuck over here, but I think I could just throw some fluid and stuff, maybe if I need to carry things for like race week, kind of there. Maybe make some sort of package tray up there or something, I guess, because this is looking more like it's a better bet. You know, I can kind of get to stuff easier. So let me mull it over, measure it up. I'll let you guys know what we kind of decide on for the most part. I put it all over the trunk, right? Again, this fits like crate, like a milk crate, and I can carry stuff here. So I really like this space because it's like the last of the trunk space I have. And then I thought about back here, but all this is changing. This tank's gonna come all the way forward and then backward, and then this side will be a little bit higher because we're making two separate fuel tanks. And then this all goes to the front side, and then I'm gonna make bulkheads and fittings and stuff up here. So although the tank and all this stuff fit up there, once all this is in the way and then this kind of grows, it's harder to access and pull it in and out, especially with line. You know, it's just a breather line. I guess it's easy enough to take off. But I'm kind of thinking over here, even though it's kind of hard to get to, but if I make it so it's all, like I said, stuck together, and we could fasten it down somehow, I think that might be cool. And then these guys, I mean, I'd love to be able to put it somewhere else, but I think there's just like oil in here for the little piston, and if you put them sideways or a weird way, they'll burn up faster. So you want to, I know from air ride stuff, you know, it's self-lubricating, so you want to keep them vertical like that. So it does fit in there, And like I said, if I could manage to get it in and out, like it looks like I still have room to maybe get, like if I can get a couple good hold downs so this thing doesn't move around, I think this might be the spot. So like I said, if I can make a base plate where that would fit in there, and then obviously this fits already, and then mount this stuff to the base plate, that would be kind of the cat's meow, I think. So mull it over a bit more, we'll measure out a space, maybe we'll make a template today, kind of like a plate. And that's really the ideas as far as I want to get, but I don't want to execute because I always get ahead of myself and think, oh, I'll just do this. And then I wake up in the middle of the night or the next day, or I come out and I look at it and I'm like, man, you should have done that, right? So we'll take our time with this one. Let me measure it out, and then we'll make some sort of base plate, kind of set it on there, and maybe attach it to the thing and kind of look at it. And I think that that's what we'll do for today. Share the progress we've got. So we've gone from template to aluminum plate, punched a few holes in it, put it on the old rubber for this guy. But this is my issue. See how this comes out? It does the same off of the compressor, and then obviously they hit. I thought it might be flimsy and flexible, but it's not, because this is my check valve. So if you throw 7 paint sticks underneath it, it actually clears. Like if you straighten it up, I mean, we got a little extra room, we could probably go maybe 6 paint sticks or so. So what we will do now is I'll make a little standoff, also out of aluminum. Aluminium, I gotta say aluminium. If you talk like an Australian, it makes your burnouts better, so that's a pro tip. I'm learning that. So make a little standoff guy that this will bolt to, and it'll like hover and do the deal. So just a little arch, a little U thing. So let me make that, stick it on there, get this kind of stuck down so we can pull the paint sticks out. Look like heroes. We'll slide it in the trunk, get a gander at it, and then I think that's where we'll call it for today. As I have to go eat dinner and do the thing, because we got real life instead of race cars, unfortunately, to mess with. But let's get that far, we'll get a look at it, and then hopefully we don't change our minds tomorrow. We can kind of move forward with it. We got it glued together. The tungsten was way out because of the joint, so we were definitely doing more dipping than ripping. Then I was trying to get the corners good, because I figured that's where it would fail, so we globbed some on there. But yeah, it stuck to it. Not the prettiest thing, but this is race car, boys. Let's put this in together, pop it in the trunk, and call this episode a W. I'm gonna say it's a W. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Woo! Huh. Eagle has landed, boys. Bam, all right. Well, there it is. It's sitting on the little plate. So this whole thing is all one deal. So if we just fasten the plate in a couple spots, I'd say like four spots on the corners or such or whatever to hold it down, hopefully that'll kind of do it, right? And then this is where the air is going to come out, and then we'll have to run the line up, or we can run it down into the car. We'll figure out what we see fit for that. I'll probably keep it, because it's just that nylon plastic junk, probably just run it along in the loom or whatever, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All in all though, I'm happy with it. If I have to pull it out for whatever reason, you just undo some things and just pull it out as a whole. I don't have to reach back in there and try to get that little guy out by itself. Or if the fitting's leaking or whatever we're doing, we just take it out, work on it on the bench, and get it figured out. And then we'll make a nice little harness that plugs in or whatever. That's the other thing too about this spot versus like over here, is all my electrical is kind of right in this area here, so it should be really easy, and we can just tie it into, you know, we'll just group it with the rest of these harnesses, and we will power this bad boy up. We're gonna make some air, keep those wastegates closed. So that is it. We'll bring you back more on that. I have a pacer part that just showed up, so we can put the adapter on the transmission, or it's a transmission adapter to put the bell housing on the AR5 transmission for the pacer, so we can finally land the motor in that. And then I got to dig the Twinnebago out, because we got to go to a Champion Cooling Systems car show. We're going to be featuring that thing at the end of the month, so I'm excited about that. So we'll juggle some projects, we'll get on different ones here and there, but we will get the onboard air finished with this guy, so then we can actually command and control the boost. Then we got to get the cage certified, so somebody can license and actually start trying to go fast. You guys know what to do. Till next time, I'm out.
You too, boy, if you're with me, the police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out for the pump, mother. Showing out when I'm in your neighborhood. You better duck, 'cause something. I'm coming straight out of Call out